Editor's note here. I know it's wild to have an editor's note at the start of the video, but it is what it is. Due to my laptop messing up, the audio on this will not be from my mic, as you can hear, but from my iPhone. So it's gonna be a bit, yeah. But anyway, apologies. Back to the video. This book is the original Hunger Games. Battle Royale by Koushun Takami was released in 1999. I believe he wrote it in the mid 90s as part of this competition, and a competition he didn't win, even though he should have apparently. And after a few revisions of his edition of the book, it was released in 99, and this has been made into a movie and everything. It is a really good book. I really enjoyed this book. If you're a fan of the Hunger Games, any of the sort of the young adult, dystopian, authoritarian, oppressive regime types, this is the book for you. Before I get into my review of the book, please like and subscribe and tell us what you guys think in the comments if you've read the book. And also, this video is sponsored by the Critical Reader newsletter. I send out weekly emails just about book stuff, what I'm reading, book reviews, and you'll see stuff that isn't on the channel also. But back to this fantastic book. So this is the remastered version, the 2014 remastered version, and you just talk about the front cover. Like, I love this book, and the front cover is fantastic. It really, like the old versions of the book, it gave off a James Bond kind of vibe, which is great, but this one really sort of, from the get-go, you know about the bloodshed and how crazy this book is. And so what is this book about? This book essentially is about a class of 21 boys and 21 girls, so 42 15-year-olds in total, that are part of this thing that the government calls the program, which is every year 15-year-olds are taken to a desolate place and they have to kill each other until one of them survives. Super basic premise, and it's elite in every way that something could be elite. What I love about this book is just the ethical dilemmas the characters find themselves in, the constant doubt, the bloodshed as well, the different types of bloodshed, and the backstories of these characters as well was pretty good too. In this dystopian world, of course, you know, we've got the classic authoritarian government, and the way they say, and their excuse for this program is that it's like a military exercise, but really, and this is, you know, revealed at the end, really the purpose of having the program is to sort of disenfranchise and sort of, you know, incentivize people not to join revolutions, because essentially the message is you can't trust anyone. You know, if classmates that have known each other for years will, you know, pick each other apart until one of them's left, then there's no chance and there's no purpose of you trying to rise up against an oppressive government, which, you know, that message is a scary message. And the difference between this, the Hunger Games, now I'll have a video about the differences, but one of the differences is that the main event of, you know, the students being on this island to kill each other isn't televised. The winner gets a press release afterwards, you know, but the event itself, unlike Hunger Games, isn't actually televised. And I think the Hunger Games does it better because it's televised. It adds to the gore of it all. But either way, this book is great. And so what I also love about this book, especially this version, is that as soon as you just turn the front cover, you get a map. And I love that we've got an axis here. It really does help. And you get also the times that certain areas are forbidden throughout the book, which is just fantastic. And just flicking through even just the front few covers of this is just amazing. And I don't know, I've never had this kind of experience just flicking through the first few pages of a book, I thought was absolutely fantastic. And then I love this part as well. This has got like all the boys and then all the girls in the class, and I love how there's like little blood stains on the book too, on the page I should say. Is just fantastic. I loved, like, it really just gets you into it from the get-go. Like, even like, that's crazy, like you've got, you know, the usual stuff about copyright and all that good stuff, and then in between that you've got, you know, all this stuff. And so I love how it just, the remastered version, I'm not sure if this is in the original, but I love how it just immerses you into the story from the get-go. So that was just great. And so these students are taken to an island. They're all given packs with food, water, and a weapon, and they are sent out into this island to kill each other. And just the way it's broken down and the initial declaration of the situation, the way that was broken down to the students was just nuts. Their reactions, their confusion, their realization, their acceptance is crazy. And throughout the book, you know, it's students just being like, I've known this person forever. And you know, we throughout the book we get backstories about, you know, crushes and enemies, and we learn about the different type of cliques, who they think they can trust, who they think they can't trust. And obviously you got some students who don't trust anyone, and then you got other students who trust only a select few people or think they can. And that's one of the things about this book as well. Also as well, the students get a collar, and they're sort of branded with this metal collar, so like, you know, the government official can track them and all that good stuff. Because one of the things about the forbidden zones is that you make certain, you know, parts of the island forbidden, and then it draws people to certain areas to increase the bloodshed. And it's magnificently done. It is magnificently done. The characters are really good. I really did like the students. We follow, our main character is Shuya, and he's a guy who's an orphan that we follow throughout the book. And he's with, okay, I won't say who he's with, but we follow multiple characters, and each sort of, not each, but a lot of the characters get their own sort of mini POV chapters, where we learn a bit more about their backstory, their fears, their motivations, and all that good stuff. And another brilliant thing with this book, again, just talking about the format again, is that after every chapter, it will say how many students are left alive. It will say, you know, God, let me turn right here. I love how I can't find, look, just this random one. 42 students remain. Actually, like, it's just fantastic. We get a number of how many students remain at you know, at the end of each chapter. A student doesn't die after every chapter. That would be a bit too predictable, to be fair, because, you know, you're following multiple POVs. But, you know, I'd say it's you don't have to wait long for the bloodshed at all. And sometimes it's singular, sometimes it's grouped together. It's just fantastic. And the bloodshed, I guess, escalates throughout the book as, you know, the students kind of figure out what kind of game other people are playing and what kind of weapons other people have, which is true. There's a machine gun in this book that just causes all sorts of problems. All sorts of problems. So yeah, the characters. So Shuya, our main character, we follow characters like Noriko, who I loved, Kawada, another one. Yuki, the class leader, we didn't get a lot of her, but what we got was significant. And yeah, just others as well. The villains are, you know what's so crazy about the characters? They all have different levels of mental temperament. A lot of these people upstairs aren't all there. We have a femme fatale. I wouldn't say a femme fatale. A sexual assault victim who is kind of, who her past has shaped her a lot, and she's seen as like a sort of femme fatale, deadly kind of, you know, manipulative feminine woman that will kind of draw you in with her feminine sort of wiles, and then, you know, slit your throat just as, you know, you're about to get there. See, there was that character. It was crazy. And you know what the thing about with these kids as well is that the bloodshed is such a waste because there's so much talent in here, and there are certain schemes, certain plans that a lot of the students have. Because you can't get off the island, it's surrounded by, you know, soldiers on boats, on ships. So yeah, it's all nuts. But regardless, there's a few people that really plan on getting off the island, and I liked reading about their plans and sort of following them as they are trying to make their plan come to fruition. Also, the big thing with this book, I guess, is allyship. Allyship and paranoia are the two big themes in this book, and it is heartbreaking. It is truly, truly heartbreaking. I won't give I won't give anything away in terms of spoilers. This is spoiler free, but it is nuts. So I did prefer the Hunger Games over this. I felt like the Hunger Games did have a bit more soul about it, even though this is brilliantly written, it's fast paced as well. And as I was getting into this book, I won't lie, I thought initially when I first heard about this book that I'd love it. It'd be one of my all-time great favorites. And even though I've rated it a 90, and a 90 is an exceptional score, and I really do like this book, it just misses that bit of soul for me to just take it up those levels. And as I was progressing throughout the book, as I was getting towards the end, I was like, okay, I knew in my head I was thinking this book's gonna get somewhere in the 80s, somewhere between 83 and maybe 88, 87, which is still a fantastic rating. And then we got to the ending. And the plot twists at the end, I didn't see coming. I thought they were very clever. I really, really loved the ending. I thought it was fantastic. And so yeah, and that pushed it up. After I read the ending and then I was finished with the book, I was like, oh yeah, this is there. Is there. And so 90 is a very good score. I would say as well, another con, despite the score, is the government oppression side of things. It's explained a bit, and we do get little nuggets here and there, especially with, you know, the students' flashbacks. But I wanted more. Definitely wanted more. Yeah, but I'll have a video coming in the next several weeks comparing Battle Royale to the Hunger Games, and I don't want to give away too much here, but because I literally I think I drafted the idea just now, really. But yeah, that will be coming, so check that out also. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought if you read this. This is a very popular book. You know, a lot of booktubers have read it, and for good reason too. And I highly recommend it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you all for watching. On the screen is a playlist of other book reviews, other book talks. Check them out. There's something there for everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.